It's like kind of
Gloomy day?
yes.
Why?
But like I kind of like it.
You and your gloominess, but okay.
It's like artsy.
Okay.
It's like artsy.
Well,
Yo,
welcome back
welcome.
to In
In
Development.
development.
Today we are just gonna jump into it because
Yeah.
we don't have much to talk about. So let's just get into what we do have to talk about.
Clock it.
There was one thing just really random before we start. Euphoria came out.
Oh yeah.
So you've caught up, right, on all the
I've seen both
episodes?
of them. Yeah.
We're not gonna spoil anything. However, we obviously all know how crazy Sam Levinson can be.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, so I just felt like obviously everyone's sharing the same experience of being uncomfortable. Like it's not even the how do I say this? The videotaping of sexual acts that's like uncomfortable. It's just the angles. It's the noise. It's the sounds. It's the angles though. Specifically the angles of like I just feel like he's extra gross, or like whoever is deciding like direction, creative, like or directing in general, like what scenes like to be filmed from where, like it just gives so disturbing to me, and like I'm kind of glad there's a conversation around it because people were in comments of videos like it honestly kind of makes you understand just how gross porn videos of sexual explicit things are actually so disgusting. Like actually, like it's so gross that that's like a thing, and like I'm glad that it's in people's face the way it is because it is uncomfortable. Like at least for me, I'm a hater. Okay, I'm like a P hater. We're gonna say P because I want to keep it PG.
Keep it P.
No, it's not. This isn't even PG. Like this is not PG.
P.
But like I'm a hater of it. I think it's like the most disgusting thing. I don't think that you're gross if you do it for work. For some reason, I like think of that as a job, and it's like less gross to me. The idea though of watching it is where I'm like I've never.
So that's where your discourse is, like watching it.
In general, that's where people are going of like when you actually bring it to perspective of like when you put it in a show like Euphoria and you lay it out that way, it's actually kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, because it can. I agree because. With your point, because it can be tasteful.
Yeah.
Like, because sex scenes, like let's be real, like that's a real part of life. Because I watched a video before where it was talking about why do we have sex scenes in movies and blah blah blah. And
some of them can be so romantic.
Yeah, somebody responded like that's life. Like people have sex. Like you know, it's real. And so I was like, okay, like that makes sense. But there's a way to do it tastefully and not cringy. And then even there were some parts in the most recent episode where I was like, oof.
I turned around, Faye. I was like Faye in that room. I was like, we muted it. I turned around. I was like, I can't watch this. Like, it was really genuinely disturbing. The one angle that I'm talking about is when they're like filming from above. Zendaya specifically filming her from above, and she's like putting something down her throat. That's where I was like, okay, this is like all, and everyone's talking about it. It's all fetish stuff.
Yeah,
all of it. Like, there's like you go from the scene with Faye to like poop.
Oh.
When they go to the pig's ass.
Oh, yes.
Like,
yes,
you know, I'm giving spoilers, but not really. I'm not spoiling anything. It's just like a fact or a scene. Like, nothing, no context here, okay? I won't spoil it for you. But, like, there's certain things that are like, why is he putting that in there? Like, I'm so disturbed.
Well.
But I'm glad people are as disturbed as I am because I was worried that, like, dang, people like to watch this stuff. Like, you know, damn. Like,
you know what's funny that you even brought that up is because a lot of people have been talking about that, but they've also been talking about the racial aspect of the writing. How, you know, somebody was called the hard R.
Hard R, and it wasn't by a black person.
Yeah, it was a white person, which, you know, this is a film, this is TV, this is, you know, I've seen other films like The Color Purple or
and they wanted to depict something important, right? Or to like show the time period or to show the racism. This didn't feel like that moment.
Yeah, and then like I'm just gonna say the Mexican girl because I forgot her name, but she also said the M word too.
She did,
and
that's more realistic.
Yeah, I can see like hers. I'm not saying she should have said it, but you know, people in life say it still. I can see that one.
You can tell that they were trying to make her character look like she's from the hood. Obviously, she's a ballerina, so like they're trying to make her look like, and you know, unfortunately, they associate Hispanic with the hood. Not just us, but were a part of that group.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could tell that they were maybe trying to make it seem like, not maybe, I think strongly that they were trying to show that genuinely those girls, that's how they be talking.
Yeah, yeah. Like I could
And
see that.
genuinely, like when you really go, especially like because I'm from Santa Ana, like
Mm.
over there, ooh, like they all be saying it. And it's not
Yeah.
just girls, it's just Mexicans in general. And it's
Yeah.
because of a cultural thing where they grow up
Mm.
in the hood and that's who they're around, and that's like it's super common, that's what they call each other. And like I don't
Mm.
agree with it either. Like I
Yeah.
don't think that that's something that needs to be thrown around. I'm black and I don't even throw it around like that.
Mm.
I can, but I
Mm.
don't,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm like I also know the privilege of my skin tone and I
Yeah.
can't be just going around saying that, like,
Yeah.
so I don't know, I did notice that they were trying to like randomly throw things in where I'm like, this just feels random. Like, why are we randomly throwing it in?
Yeah, like I felt like in the scene where he said the hard R, I feel like he didn't really need to say it. Like Lori, her character doesn't, the way that she even talks, she doesn't show like a lot of emotion.
Mm-mm.
So I'm like, why would her little
Minion.
minion, he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
even need that much,
Yeah,
in
like
the
why did he have a
part.
line?
Yeah, why
That
did he
ass.
even, he didn't even need to say anything, like,
Yeah.
so I was just like, and apparently there's been, because there's a lot of talk about Zendaya and how this season, like, there was some creative differences.
Of course.
And they said before the show out, allegedly, that it was because of the script. But, we didn't know anything now. But now they're saying, like, the stuff that you're talking about, stuff that I'm talking about is, like, what the creative differences that Zendaya was talking about.
Because at
But
that point, that's not
allegedly,
even creative difference. That's like just like being smart of like,
yeah,
do we need to do this, you guys? Like, is this
yeah.
genuinely necessary to cause discourse and like have people
Hmm.
be angry or upset about something or uncomfortable in general,
Yeah.
even with the sex scenes? Like,
And,
notice how Zendaya's scenes, you don't see her being provocative the way that the other characters have to
yeah.
be. Like, I don't know. I feel bad for them. Like that was another thing I was gonna go into was, since you're an actor, and I would like to get into acting eventually. I'm not sure how or when, but like
Period.
since you're that, would you, let's say you had to film a scene like Faye, where you're getting raw, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you guys have seen the show, so I'm sure you can imagine what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like very much just giving straight point. Like okay,
Yeah.
like it's just giving that.
And that's HBO. Like,
Like so
yeah.
would, okay, let's say they're paying you, I think they're paying them what, like $1 million episode or something, her and Sydney Sweeney, something like that, something similar to like a lot of money per episode because they're like naked in a lot of like almost, but would you do it for a check, basically is what I'm asking. Like would you be okay with filming like that?
And you know what's funny? I have been asked, well, or been considered to do a sex scene before for a HBO show.
To be that like vulgar of one, or like a normal cutesy, like
It was like a gay club sex
ooh,
orgy,
oh,
like in New York City. Like that
oh
was the
yeah,
scene. And I was asked to submit stuff for it. And I was like, they asked me if I was comfortable submitting for it or anyway first, because they were looking for a specific type of people and blah blah blah. And I was like, okay.
yeah,
My body was, T then. So
okay,
I was like, well, I can just walk around and, whatever. But I ultimately didn't end up getting picked.
okay.
Which I'm kind of like, I
So
feel like that wasn't.
you really would have,
I would have done it, but I don't think it was the right time to do it then.
No, you were
And
young then, I'm sure.
yeah,
And like you're young now. I don't even know if I would do it at that
yeah,
age.
this was like a year ago, and I was still in college. So like, but it's not even out yet. I don't even know what it was, so it might be. But anyway, back to like in the future, or to the Euphoria scene, I probably would do it if I was a series regular. I'm not like
doing that for one scene, and that's
I'm
your
not
one
guest
scene, and then you're
starring in
getting
this one episode,
typecasted.
for one sex scene. Like,
No.
no, like, and especially if it's like early on, like
Yeah.
one of my first like TV
I wouldn't want that either.
principal credits. I don't want that as like one of them. If I'm like the archetype for being like a gay, sexy guy,
Yeah.
like it kind of happens. Like if you look in all these the most popular gay men that are actors, like they have sex scenes, and
Yeah.
that's just a part of acting. But it would need to be really make sense for me to do it.
Yeah.
Like
I agree. I don't
Yeah.
think I would do it. The only thing is that I don't think I would do it, period. The only reason is because I would imagine my parents watching, or like
yeah,
family members watching, and I don't know if I could get past
Mm-hmm.
like the way she was in that scene. But
Yeah.
I can't. There's no way that
Yeah.
my family or my friends are seeing me that way.
Yeah.
And so to them, you are the strongest people I know in the world.
Yeah, no, because I was literally thinking during that scene, I was like, damn.
Oh, like she must have been uncomfortable.
Yes.
I wonder how uncomfortable. And she's not going to voice that, right? Because then it's like an issue where she's like, oh, I'm uncomfortable on set. But I know she's uncomfortable. No one's comfortable doing that. Like, I'm so sorry. You could be very comfortable in your body, your sexuality, with the people on set. You're comfortable in general, but it's still a feeling of uncomfiness. Like, you literally don't know this person from behind that's coming at you from behind.
Yeah.
Full force. And I'm like, what was she wearing? She had to have been wearing like a clear G-string, right?
They have like intimacy coordinators and they put like things
props
in between.
Yeah,
and like little, and they take breaks and check-ins and all that. So I would be interested to see like
how it's filmed. That's another thing I was gonna say. I wanted to know.
Maybe she was comfortable. Like, well, I know it's uncomfortable just in general to be naked around people, but
is it legal for them to actually do it? Is that legal on a set? Like, where if the director asked, like, are you guys comfortable just doing it?
If it's in their contract, like,
you think that they can just legally do that in front of people?
There's like it was so funny you talk about that because maybe like 2 weeks ago I saw this girl who is an older model now. She's like in her 40s, but she said when she was in her 20s she was in this really scandalous British movie where they actually had sex in a sex scene.
So maybe that does exist because like, there's times I watched it. Do you ever watch it and you're like, there is no way.
Yeah, sometimes I'd be like,
that they didn't do it. Like, like the scene.
Like, where's the pillow? Yeah.
Genuinely, I was like, where? You see the sorry. You see like every.
I'm great.
I don't know that didn't give no pillow in between, girl. I don't know.
It was. Well, who knows? But yeah, scary. I'd be interested to see like
how it's filmed.
Yeah,
for sure. Do you want to take the next one?
Yeah. Okay. So remember, I don't know what last month I did some stuff with a rock band, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I got a message maybe like last week from my agents telling me that they want to buy me out to make merch with the album cover. Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, like I've never had that happen before. And I know you've talked about like, you know, you can do a job and next year they renew you, but I feel like this is kind of similar. So this is kind of like my first time ever not having to really do anything and making money.
It's so nice. You wake up and you're like, damn, I just made a check off a job I already did.
Yeah, I was like,
period.
I was like, oh,
did they tell you how much? I won't put it in if you don't want.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so,
they're buying you out. They already know then that they're gonna sell a bunch.
Yeah, and because it's already sweatshirts, hats, like, because they're making it into like a archetype of their band. So they're really trying to like push it. But yeah, I was just like, wow, like, okay,
that's amazing. You don't have to do anything.
No, nothing. Just have to sign papers.
Yeah, same with the reusage for like Color Wow. I think I just had to sign something, and they literally basically they just tell you like, hey, that job that you shot with us, whatever, 2 months ago, we're gonna use it again in something else, or we're gonna buy you out, basically buy your image to put on this T-shirt that we're gonna sell. So that way it's worth, you know, they can't just go sell a picture of you on a T-shirt. So it needs to be worth your money. It needs to be worth your face being on all that shit. Yeah. So he just made an extra lots of money. Just literally waking up in the morning. So that's pretty cool.
And then like with this thing specifically, this is where I think it's good to have agents come in if you have some type of representation. Yeah. Because you could have unknowingly signed a paper where they could have used that stuff and not have to pay you.
Yeah, or used it forever and ever and ever for anything they want.
With no pay. Like, just like, okay, we're going to have you in this video. We're going to have you. We're doing this album cover. Like, we want you to be a part of it. We're going to
perpetual usage.
Yeah, and then sign it. Like, you know, I was glad that I had representation that was
to handle the legal.
And that.
And negotiate for you because they really could have hit you with like a here's like, $1,000.
Yeah, literally. So
which would have been pretty bad.
Yeah, so that was my topic. I've never had that happen.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Yeah. Well, I'm not paid yet, but
not paid. You will be. They'll usually get that out to you like pretty fast when it comes to renewals. Like they're pretty on it.
Period.
I wanted to talk about something really random. Magazine perfumes.
Ooh.
I was at the Medi, and I will get into the next topic after because it has to do with 420. We call the dispensaries, we call them Medis in Southern California. That's just how we grew up.
to learn that.
So there's this Medi I was at, and we had to get cash, which is odd. Usually they aren't cash only,
Oh,
but it was
really?
a legal one. Like, it was really legal, so I don't know why they had needed
The one
cash
I
only.
go to
Weird.
is only cash.
Sus. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Girl, you're going to illegal ones.
It's called the Cake House. Like they have a few different ones.
What?
Yeah,
But
it's
they
only
only take
cash.
cash?
Yeah. They have like 6 ATMs in there.
I feel like it's really sus when they do, because they don't have to do that anymore because they're legal. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
if they're doing it the legal route, usually there's no issue with the paper trail.
Allegedly.
But anyways.
Okay.
So I'm standing at the ATM, and there's like, obviously it's 420, so they have like all the booths set up of like all the brands, and
Oh,
like, you know, it's an event.
mhm.
Big thing. They had balloons, they had shaved ice, like goodie bags. It was clutch.
Girl, not the shaved ice.
I'm about
What?
to tell you about my experience out there. It was so amazing.
What?
But the guys maybe like, I'd say I'm like over here, like in this
Okay.
corner, okay? And like
Okay.
he's right there at the end of where you are. So like
Okay.
pretty far distance.
Yeah.
And so funny, I usually spray like 8 different perfumes in a day, right? And I have all my perfumes from Marshalls. Marshalls till I die. I
Hey.
love you so much.
They do have a lot.
They have everything.
Yeah.
But I get my perfumes there. I'm more regular with my perfumes there.
Mhm.
I change them out all the time. There's this one called Eden, and I keep getting compliments on it. It's called Eden, and it's like in a blue bottle. But I was standing that far away from the guy, and he's like, "Are you?" He was like you can audibly hear him sniffing, and he's like, "What are you wearing?" He's like, "Are you wearing Baccarat?" And like Baccarat's like a really
Yeah.
well-known expensive perfume if you
Yeah.
don't know.
Mhm.
And I'm like, "No." And like there's like other older guys with around him. They're like, "Bro,
Yeah.
like stop asking her about her perfume. Like what the
Oh, they're
fuck?" Like,
saying that?
because like you're
Yeah.
like, "What the hell?" He's like a grown like adult man, like probably in his
Oh,
40s,
I'm
you know?
thinking
Like,
he's like our age.
no, he's not our age.
Oh.
So
Oop.
he's like, "Yeah, Baccarat's a good one." He's like, "I usually go." He was like, "You smell really good." Like I had to ask. He's like, "Because that's a really expensive perfume, and I could smell it from here." He's like, "You must have sprayed a lot, whatever you're wearing." And I was like, "No, like I got it from Marshalls. I actually didn't spray that much. I was pissed that
Yeah.
I left the house without spraying my 8 perfumes. I only sprayed that one, so I knew which one it was."
That's like
I told
a
him,
backhanded compliment.
I told him it was from Marshalls, and he was like, "Oh," he was like, "That's crazy. Like, I spend $300 on like the Baccarat." He's like, "There's like little samples you can get that are like $30. They're like still really expensive." And he's like, "You guys remember?" He starts talking to his friends, and I'm obviously standing right there. He's like, "You guys remember when like magazines had samples of perfumes in them?" And it unlocked a memory in my brain that I can't believe we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I used to love picking them up.
The samples were
Yeah.
clutch, and why did they low-key have so much liquid in them? Like you could
Yeah.
actually use it multiple times and it would work.
Yeah.
Not only that, they had makeup samples, skincare samples.
Yeah.
Why we need to bring that back.
Yeah.
We need to do like a magazine flip book where it's all samples.
That would be cool.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
do remember that now. Now that you
That's
say that.
amazing.
Did you ever remember like Avon Beauty?
No.
It was like where people would sell makeup and stuff like from the magazines and stuff and perfumes.
Samples from the magazine? That's a
Yeah.
clutch business. But yeah, he was laughing about how he used to rub paper all over himself.
Okay.
And then it made me think, so after that idea where I was like, "Oh, we should make a flip book of all that shit." How were they getting away with putting that shit in paper and like cardboard? Like, is that not good to put on your skin?
That's
Like
a good question.
some type of toxin or something? Like it's just in the magazine and shit, and they're just sitting on the shelf. It's like a sample of skincare and perfume. I feel like that's odd.
Question.
But I wanted to ask, did you go anywhere on 420? Did you do anything?
No. Girl, I was like, I didn't even smoke until like nighttime.
Oh, that's
because
lame.
I was like, I wasn't sick, but I was just like so
Out of it?
out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
The
like,
day
I don't
bef-
need to be high right now.
Yeah, like the day before I barely ate. Like, and it was
Oh,
kind of an
that's what it
accident.
was, huh?
Yeah, it was kind of an accident. And then the next morning, I went to the gym, like, and I didn't smoke that morning or kind of like that afternoon either. So I didn't really have an appetite either. And after I left the gym, like she had called me and was like, "Oh, like, do you want to da for 420?" And I'm like dizzy. Like I'm
like
walking into my
dizzy.
apartment. I'm like, oh, like I need to eat. Like sit down. Like,
Yeah.
and so I was like, let me like eat and let me see like how I feel after I eat. And I was still kind of like
Not
didn't even
feeling
feel
it.
like smoking. Like I could do
Can't
stuff,
relate.
but yeah, I was like, damn, like I need like more time. Like maybe I need to sleep or drink like a shit ton of water or something. But then eventually, like when the sun went down, I smoked at like 9 o'clock.
Okay,
So,
at least you got some type of 420
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I went to the Medi and I got
Uh,
so for $70, I got 2 Dime. They're for Nico. He has like the Dime
Oh,
disposables. Dime, have you ever tried them?
I think so.
They're an amazing brand. Dime, I love you so much.
Is that the one where like it made me high?
Girl,
Did he
yes.
have
It's
that
like it's
before?
the yeah,
Okay.
it's like a glass one. It's like a more bougier, I'd say more expensive. Like it's better than a Stizzy for sure. Like way better. Up there with like plug and play pod.
Oof.
Which I think you've hit as well. The
Okay.
square one that looks like a USB drive.
Whichever ones you have, let's
Yeah,
just
okay.
have it.
But so I got 2 of those cart like disposables,
Oh,
like
okay.
which are full grams, I believe. $44 for both.
Wow.
For 2/8, I got the rest. Obviously, it was all $70. 2/8 and 2 cartridges, full grams. That's like a lot for
Wow. That is a
$70.
lot.
So much, so it's
Oh
gonna
my
last me a while,
God.
thank God. But yeah, they had
Yes.
shave ice. They had the 420
Oh
balloons
my
out there. I went with my
gosh.
dad, and it's so funny because my dad stopped going to that Medi.
Oh,
But
really?
there was like a girl. She's like my age. There was a girl there, and she was like, "Hey, like, where have you been?" Like, they're all calling the girls from the back, like, "Oh, look who's here!" And my uncle too. He's like, he smokes with us. He was
Oh,
there, and they were all hyped to see them. It was
oh
so
my
funny. It felt like
God.
royalty.
That's
I
so
felt like
cute.
royalty. They're like,
Yeah.
"Are you his daughter?" Like, no way. Like, they couldn't believe. My dad's like, "What are you guys trying to say?" Like,
Uh?
so it was a nice little 420 vibe. I
Oh my
love going to the
God.
dispensaries, and they make me feel like their friend. Like, they're always
Yeah.
good at doing
It feels
that.
like
It's
family.
because they're high out of their minds.
Yeah. No, I be flirt. Well,
I'd be what?
nothing. Never mind. Never mind. I told y'all
Speaking
where I go.
speaking of 420 and like modeling,
Mm,
do you, because you obviously like make it known now that you like smoke, but like
mm,
were you, I think we've talked about this obviously, but I want to ask for the sake of the video, were
yeah.
you scared to post that you smoke as a model?
No. I was not
Ah,
scared to post
okay,
to
good.
smoke as a model. I was more so scared to post to smoke as a nurse.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, right,
Yeah, if that
right.
makes sense.
Because when you're like actively
Yeah, like it's still something like, I wish I could just post on my story, like just me, like,
having fun, hanging
yeah,
out.
but I still, like, I was the class president of my class,
Hmm.
and so everybody knows me.
Yeah,
And then everybody in the school still knows me and still messages me, like,
yeah,
that are currently in school. Because nursing school is hard. So, like, I still have tips for help and
yeah,
stuff like that. And so I wish I could talk about it more because it is, like, a part of my life. But
yeah.
as a model, though, I wasn't contentious about it because I haven't even really been in the model world. Like, Evelyn, like, the model world long. Evelyn was the first person I met that I even knew smoked. Like, it was not
A
something
lot of
that,
girls actually kind of don't, and
yeah,
if they do, they're keeping it
very,
to
yeah,
themselves and
yeah,
very cutesy, by the way.
hmm,
They're pulling out their
yeah,
little pack of joints. I'm like,
hmm,
pull out the
yeah.
torch. Like,
Yeah,
like,
no, because like when I would show up, I would know. Like whenever I go to set, every time after I rap, I smoke. Like that's just like
same,
a thing. Like
same
it's
after I rap.
yeah,
Never before.
yeah, no,
Don't,
literally.
like, I'm
Woo!
a smoker girl. I wouldn't recommend that to any. I know you think, oh,
Yeah,
maybe you can handle it. Do not smoke before a set.
yeah,
Like,
I
do
would
not
look
smoke
high as
before a
shit.
shoot. They're also all up in your grill. Like, they're gonna
Yeah,
be up in your eye, girl. I know you think you don't look high, but you do. So
yeah.
don't
Oh
be
my
doing
god,
that
how
before set.
embarrassing
Save
would
it till
that be?
after, dead ass. I've
Yeah,
never done it because I know myself.
yeah,
My eyes are gonna droop.
yeah. I'm gonna look crazy in the pictures.
You're like,
Literally, can't even feel my face. Like I tell you that I
mm-hmm.
can't feel my face when I'm high.
No.
But damn, what was I gonna say?
I'm not being scared as a model, that you weren't scared
Oh yeah,
to.
like especially if I was in New York, like in rapping, I would go to a park and smoke
Yeah,
because
so
everybody just smokes
nice.
out there.
Yeah.
Like,
Same
and
with
so
LA too.
yeah, so it was like a thing. But I've never been on this set until that one time with her where somebody kind of mentioned it, and I was like, oh,
I think
like
it
y'all
was
smoking
me. I think I was the
afterwards?
first person to break the ice with
Yeah.
smoking because wait.
Oop.
Because I had a disposable and we were sitting around waiting.
Hmm.
No one was being filmed.
Yeah, and this is rehearsal, by the way.
Rehearsal, okay?
No pictures,
No,
nothing.
nothing. We didn't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
We were by ourselves
Hmm.
the whole
For
time. The day
hours.
that I'm talking about, the first day.
Yeah.
So because I had that, I had obviously I'm gonna be courteous. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
courteous to my friendly group
We
table
about to eat
here.
lunch.
I was like, y'all, it was before lunch because I think
Yeah.
that's when I brought it up. That was the
Hmm.
first time I brought it up. I was
Yeah.
like, does anyone smoke? Like, anyone need an appetite?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
literally.
saying?
Wink.
So I offered to let them hit it. And,
Yeah.
there was a few people that were like, oh, I smoke, I smoke. So you start
Yeah,
realizing
yeah.
who smokes.
Mhm.
But usually no one's going to bring it up on a set.
Yeah, yeah.
In California, LA, it's like way more common, kind of obvious.
Mhm.
Like, almost everybody smokes.
Mhm.
You go to New York, I think it is a little less common.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
they're
it's a
like, oh,
little.
you smoke a cigarette?
Yeah, they're like real.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
They're gonna take an edible before bed and keep it cute.
yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. So this has like been happening to me a couple times because I've been getting submitted for like more and more stuff.
Mhm.
But seeing your option, like, and when they don't pick you, and then seeing it, seeing who they pick, seeing the campaign, seeing the social media, whatever, like when you actually see it, you're like, damn, like
Definition of FOMO.
yes, like that. I feel like
That should be me.
literally,
No,
like
that
I get
should
more
be
fatigue from
me.
that than from doing a bunch of like,
I get more fatigue from being on option for so many things all at
mhm,
once and then being released all at once
all
and
at
then having
once.
radio silence,
Mm-hmm.
and it sucks.
Yeah.
Especially when it's big ass brands. I get
Mm.
big brands I want to work with me and I'm like, "Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, Revlon."
yeah.
Revlon just was like holding me
Hey,
and then they
hey.
dropped me and then just there's so many
Mm-hmm.
brands. I'm like, "Oh, this would be so cool." And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
gone.
Yeah,
Nothing.
then you see it come out, or like you see like it's like dang, like
That
that
was
could
going to
have
be the
been me.
project I was going to do
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. And I talked about it like one time before with like how they picked somebody with like more social media and how I
Mhm.
was like, I don't really feel like he fit like what
The
they were.
look of what
Yeah,
they
it
were,
was just like
yeah.
he had a 400,000 followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think it's even worse. We said last time. I think it's even worse though for me when they pick someone just like me.
oh yeah,
I think that sucks
yeah,
really bad. I'm like, what?
yeah.
What
What?
was I not giving that they were and they're like my twin?
Yeah. Oh my god. But that was it.
Yeah. But okay, so we have like two people that asked questions on the account, which is like
Hey.
shout out to you guys because we leave it open all the time. Our
Yeah, yeah,
comments are always open or anything. Comment on anything, we will see it. We both
yeah.
run the social media, so one of
Hmm.
us will see it.
Yeah.
But you guys asked recently to give our thoughts on new models negotiating an agency contract.
Woo.
Long story short, girl, there is no negotiating an
Yeah.
agency contract.
Like, granted, I mean, there are things that you can bring up.
Hmm.
Like,
I won't travel for a long period of time. That's like definitely something I talk about in those
hmm
meetings. Like, oh, I won't go for longer. Some people expect you to be traveling for like 3 months at a time. And
hmm
it's like in contract that you have to go.
yeah.
Things like that, negotiating, I guess you could
Yeah.
call it, but not really. That's kind of just a boundary set.
Yeah. I feel like this might be more of a negotiation where I feel like it's more prevalent how long your contract is.
That,
Like,
yeah, you
I've
could
seen,
negotiate
yeah,
that.
especially if you're more experienced.
But for the most part, it's pretty standard between 1 and 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Most mother agency contracts are like 2 to 3.
2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I did see one guy talk about like, oh, like you should have a mother agency contract for 1 year, and I'm like, I don't really think that's like,
I could see though maybe of like someone that wants to just test it out with an agency because
mm-hmm,
like I'm always saying, I said last time too, you don't want to waste your time being with an agency for 4 years that doesn't get you somewhere,
mm-hmm,
that you go with an agency for one that's going to get you
yeah,
further than the one that you were with for 4 years.
yeah,
So it's like if you have an agency for 1 year, yeah, it kind of sucks. You kind of don't really get that momentum build because I
yeah,
get what you're saying of like it's
mm,
not enough time to even
yeah,
develop or like build a relationship with another
yeah.
agent. But at the same time, it's like enough time where you can see if you
It will
like
work.
them,
Yeah.
if it works, yeah, if you're
Mm-hmm,
making money, and then decide if you want to renew or like go somewhere else. So I could see how
mm,
it works and how it
yeah,
doesn't. But
yeah,
I mean, I could see. I mean, if it was me, my opinion, if it was me, I would do the 1 year just because I'm so
mm-hmm,
skeptical of agencies now and like
yeah,
being screwed over and having issues with them,
yeah,
that I would like to just see how it is with an agency for 1 year.
mm-hmm, yeah,
But then again, you could just drop your agency after like if it doesn't work and you're in a 2-3 year and like obviously
yeah,
it's not working for anyone. For the most part, they'll just let you go.
yeah. And like as far as like when you negotiate a mother agency contract, I feel like you're not really at a position to really negotiate if you
Yeah.
were negotiating for like a LA agency or a New
Where you're
York
already
or
like if it's like if
established.
I were to go to an agency, I could negotiate.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been in the industry a really long time. I have
Hmm.
work, I have a stuff to show for everything
Yeah.
I've done.
Hmm.
Versus if Kevin walks in there and he's like, I need this, I need that, I
Yeah.
don't want this, I
And
don't
you're
want.
like, who are
They're
you?
like, like, girl, we still gotta get you up on the board.
You're
Like,
like, sit down.
we gotta get you some work first, some experience
Because
first before we can even,
which is normal.
close
Like,
anything off.
yeah, like you would want that to like you want to have something on you where you can be like, this is what I bring to the table.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what a mother agency is where they're getting you to that point to bring stuff to the table.
Which
So,
goes into the next question someone asked. Talk about what to expect from a good, in all caps,
oh,
mother agent.
yeah.
So yeah, go into that.
A good one, first off, is going to be transparent with you. They're not going to be lying to you and basically telling you that you're going to be like super successful and
Mm-hmm.
all this and that. Like, we're going to make you a star, like blah, blah, blah. Like, you're going to work with all these brands. Like, you know, you should be realistic about like what brands you can see yourself working with or that you might want to work with,
You
but
got
they
to find
can't
the sweet spot too of
Yeah.
how they say it, of like, are they nice about it too, of like,
Yeah.
because there's also a way to say what you're saying but
Yeah.
in a nice way, of like
Yeah.
where they're not like, girl, we don't think you're
Like,
gonna
we
work at
believe in
all,
you.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, they gotta
Yeah.
believe in you. There's a perfect in between where
Mm-hmm.
you'll feel like
Yeah.
what they're going for.
Yeah. That, and then that's kind of like the first things I feel like you would look at is just see how the relationship is there. And then I feel like you should also ask as far as like the development process.
Yeah, like we said last time, asking how long they develop models
Mm-hmm.
for.
That
What does
is,
that mean to
yeah, what
them?
does that
What are they
mean?
going to help you with? What are they not going to help you with? What are they expecting from you?
Yeah.
What are they expecting you to, put into it as far as
Mm-hmm.
test shoots? What's their commission looking like?
Yeah.
As far
And
as like those questions, obviously we talked about last time, but oh, with a good mother agent too, you'll also, this kind of goes into the first part where I think like you'll kind of get a feel for who they are as people. But if the agency just feels like a money run, a
yeah.
money hungry, like they're really just trying to focus on money and not really caring about you as a person or your career or where you want to go,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of a huge red flag. I would say a
Yeah.
good mother agent is going to sit there and ask you, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Or tell you, hey, we think that you'd fit in this market really well.
Yeah.
If you want to do editorial, you want to do this, you want to do that, we're going to have to work in XYZ way to get you there.
Yeah.
There's a way that they're going to work with you where you're still, this career is still your career. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of agencies like to take that away when they're focused on getting you money jobs.
Yeah.
They like to put you in a box that you work well in and keep you there, because why else would they move you? They need the money. So I feel like there's a bunch of ways to tell if a mother agency is good. Obviously
Yeah.
their commission not being funky is a good one. Like,
And then I also think you should go on their board and look at who they have in development right now. And just look at it. Like, how do they present the people that they're developing at this moment? Like,
and how well do the main board girls work,
yeah.
or boys, whatever you're looking at,
Yeah.
but just see how well that their main board, do you see these people often? Or like, it's really nice when you can go and be like, oh, I recognize this model, like I've seen this girl before, I follow her, like,
Or like, oh, I like this brand, or this.
yeah,
or,
I like this brand. You like the clients that they work for.
Yeah.
You can look through their following, who they follow, who they know, and that'll
Yeah.
kind of tell you who they work with a lot.
Yeah.
But there's a million and one ways to tell a good mother agency. You guys can ask more specific questions.
Yeah. I feel like the most thing to look out for is, even way back when I was like thinking about modeling and stuff, there are some mother agencies that will right off the bat be like, "Oh, give us $2,000 to set your portfolio
No
up."
money.
No, yeah.
You pay nothing to these
Yeah.
agencies.
There's
That's a
a-
bad mother
Yeah,
agency.
there's a difference in paying a photographer for like a shoot or something, and then
Reasonable
there's a different
amount.
Yeah, and then there's a difference for paying for a contract. Like,
Don't do that.
yeah, like, oh, we need this money, and then we'll give you the contract. Like, no, that's bad. That's not even real. Like, you shouldn't have to pay up front to get a contract. Like,
And don't be scared to ask girls. I get DMs all the time from girls that are about to sign to my mother agent and in LA. And they'll DM me and be like, hey, like, how has it been? Like, you've been with them for 10 years. Like, you've really known the team. Like, how is it? And most of the time, the girls will be honest with you. Like, there's girls I've asked about my New York agency, like even my past New York agency, where I've asked the girls and they're usually pretty straightforward of like, oh, I have this issue with them, but they're also amazing in this department.
Yeah.
You're usually not going to find someone that's like 100% happy with their agency. I really don't meet girls or anyone that's like 100% happy with their agency that they've been with forever. There's always one little thing or a few little things that you have an issue with, but you can reach out to the girls on the board or guys on the board and be like, hey, what's work like for you? Like, what do you like your agents? Are they nice? Like, how's payment? Like, things like that you want to know. You can genuinely just ask the girls on the board and hope that they respond.
Yeah, I definitely did that before I signed and got some good advice. And then also, I think with any agency, if you really want to do modeling specifically, like, look at your agency on models.com. Like,
oh yeah, that's a
that
good one.
is like the standard. Like, for every like legitimate agency, they should be on there. it's different though. That's why I say modeling. Like if you're a talent agency, they're not going to be on
Yeah.
models.com. Like, but if you're modeling, then
But even my agency's on there, and they're a modeling and talent
and
agency.
talent,
So it's like
yeah.
you'll still be able to find
Hmm.
them on there.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was in chorus in elementary school, and we had
I was in
this
choir too.
period a.
Do re mi fa so.
Oh my gosh.
No.
That just brought back so many memories. But yeah, we had like this thing called Spring into the Arts every spring, where it was a Saturday in April or March where it would just be art
And where you
classes.
spring into the arts.
Basically,
right?
yeah. And they would have like food trucks, everything. Like the bands would
Ooh.
perform from the
The rich
counties.
schools.
Yeah, the
I love
choruses
that
would
shit.
perform. They would have an art contest
Wow.
from the whole school. Like the
Budget went
contest.
crazy.
Yeah. The contest would start at the beginning of the school year, and they would pick the person at the Spring
The
into the
event.
Arts, and they would have all of them on display. So it was really like an art thing. But the chorus would perform like different from different middle schools, different high schools. And so I think middle school did a performance. Like I said, this was a predominantly white school, right?
Okay.
So we got a new chorus teacher that year. And he was white, and he was very like ally, like for, you would have thought he was a brother.
Right.
And so he decided to educate all the other white people in the classroom about what a spiritual song was back in slave times.
Okay.
And they called these songs Negro spirituals.
Okay.
Yes. And
So-
he said that.
Okay.
Yes. Mind you, this man is white and he's like 30. And yes, I'm sitting there like 12, 13, like
Taking a seat. He's
yeah,
like,
the only
"What?"
black person in the class, like, oh my God, like, is he really about to make us sing a
What are
slave
we
song?
doing?
Literally. So he's like, okay, guys, we're gonna learn this song and we're gonna sing it at Spring into the Arts. And I'm like, a slave song? Like, when I tell you this song was like roots.
Like chants.
Yes.
Okay. And were the other kids, they were white?
Yes.
And were you the only black one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we learned the song, and I'm like, oh my God, like, okay. I mean,
Was
it's a
it
good
giving
song.
education, or was it giving humiliation ritual?
I felt humiliated.
Yeah, I felt
Especially when we got to the Spring into the Arts thing, and he introduces the song. So he says in front
He
of
tells
everybody
everyone what it
in the
is.
crowd, at least 500-600 white people.
Okay.
I get his.
I totally see the effort, but it's
I see
like
the effort, but I felt more humiliated than I felt like, wow, they're being so educated right now. Like,
they're being so
I was like, wow.
educated right now. I actually was talking about that on live today, about how I went to a predominantly white rich school as well. And there was an issue I had on set with my very first set ever. Paul Mitchell, actually, very first paid job. So cool. And there was this blonde girl. She's actually famous on Instagram now, which is so funny to know that. She looks like a doll, but she's a blonde white girl, blue eyes. I believe she's like Swedish or like Russian or Dutch, something like really, like she's not really from here. But she grew up here. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part. So she didn't really have a heavy accent, but a little bit. But for the most part, white, blonde hair, blue eyes, like definition, And she was on set with me, and I was telling the live how one of the first things she said to me was like, "Do you feel like it's hard?" Mind you, I'm 16 years old. Do you feel like it's harder for girls like you to work like in this industry? And I was telling the live that because I grew up, like, this is gonna sound a little confusing, so follow me here.
Okay.
Because I grew up with white kids and all of them made me feel included, which another topic for another time. It wasn't real inclusivity. It was never a real friendship. It was always performative. That's a whole different topic for another time.
Yeah.
But they made me feel included, I guess, in their, obviously in the school. So I had white friends. All my friends were white for the most part. There was a few select that were not, But for the most part, my group of girlfriends, it was all white girls. And I never, the passive aggressive comments or exclusions of like excluding me from specific things, I didn't understand was passive aggressive or was racism in any way until I got older. So when I was in this environment with this girl where she's a white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's telling me, do you feel like it's harder for you to work in this industry as a model? I'm like not registering at the time that she was even being like racial. Like
Mm-hmm.
I completely, I think I remember being like, oh, like my hair, like
Yeah.
I thought she was talking about like my hair type because it was a hair job. It
Mm-hmm.
was for hair work. So
Mm-hmm.
in my head, I just wasn't understanding like, where are you getting that
Yeah.
it's harder for me to work? Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean because of my hair? Like, and she's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, because you're, and like doesn't say anything after. My mom's on this set, so she knew my percentages, my race. I'm 25% black, 25% or 25% white and half Mexican. And my
Mm-hmm.
mom was on the set talking about it. So she knew. And so it was like that's when it clicked to me. I think one of the first few times that when girls are being nice to me, they're not actually being nice cuz she set it up as a conversation of like just getting to know me. Like, "Oh, where are you from?" Like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, I've been modeling this long." Like,
Mm-hmm.
like how long have you been modeling? Who are you with? Like, do you
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's hard for you in the industry? Like for you? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like formed to be something that was like a
Mm-hmm.
casual thing to bring up.
Yeah.
But then later on, I realized that that was one of my only experiences actually being, in some way that had to do with, that was a racial thing, 100%,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a
Definitely.
racial offense in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I haven't felt like that many times over the span of my career, but
Mm-hmm.
that's when I snapped into reality. And like I was talking to my live about that
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't even realize that it was racist in the moment or that
Mm-hmm.
girls were racist at my school until after,
Yeah.
that, or like, just like I said, the fake inclusion of like, oh yeah, she's our friend, like she's our friend.
Yeah.
I wasn't really your friend. Like you treated me differently than you treated all the other white girls that you were
Yeah.
friends with. Like,
Mm.
so it's like
Clock
there
that.
was
Yeah.
certain things that clicked for me. But growing up in a white rich school, you kind of like don't.
Mm.
It's like you understand racism and you see it, but at the same time, you don't even think twice about it because
Yeah.
it's
It's like you're so numb
so,
to it. Like.
yeah, it's so
Mm-hmm.
normal. Like,
Mm-hmm.
everyone thinks that way.
Yeah.
Everyone here is white. Everyone's friends with each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you start to understand maybe as you get older,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that exists in every world. I just
Yeah.
think that specifically growing up that way in a white rich school,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know the benefits of like, do I want my kid to go to a ghetto school? No. But do I want them to go to
Mm.
a super rich white school? Like, kind
Yeah.
of no. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm going to do when I have a kid, like what type of school I want to put them in because
Yeah.
it really forms them. Like, I'm like, you could go to a ghetto school and they'll have some thick ass skin. And I kind of like that. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to go to the ghetto and you're going to live that life.
Yeah.
But you're still going to, have your life together. You're not going
Say.
to end up down the wrong path. Or you go to a super rich white school and you're like closed off from, I mean, kind of a life that I lived. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
didn't grow up outside of the school I went to in high school was not privileged at all. Like,
Mm-hmm.
my bubble became privileged and like high class when I came to high
Mm-hmm.
school.
Yeah. No, I
Other
feel
than
that.
that, my life was very much opposite of that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and my kid will never experience that. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
never letting my kid experience being poor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
having a kid if I'm poor.
Yeah.
I won't.
Literally me. Like, and so that's why I feel like with my kids, I am going to have them, have a good life and everything, put them in good schools and stuff. But I'm going to make sure that they get the experience and exposure that they need
Yeah,
because,
I want them to understand how hard shit is. Dead
yeah.
ass. I'm like,
And I've seen this topic be talked about between affluent black people who have kids, and they're like, yeah. And then when I go and bring the kids around like my family, they're like scared of my family, like they're scared of black people.
no,
And
we
I'm
don't
like,
want
it's
that.
because you never bring them around
We
black
need
people. Yeah,
culture.
you
Yeah,
need,
we need you to be cultured
yeah,
and
like be around your people. Like,
seasoned.
you can be affluent and everything. And there are, just because I don't think being ghetto, I don't think black equals ghetto.
I
Like,
consider you have a great mix.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think you have a good amount of street smarts,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're not sheltered,
Chicago out here. Like,
not sheltered,
yeah,
but you're definitely very well,
yeah.
like,
I can code switch.
ex-
And
and that is a skill
that's
in
how,
itself.
yeah,
That
code
is a skill.
switching. Oh my god! And then when you clock somebody who needs to code switch but they're not, oh my god, I'd be so like, shut up.
My
Like,
best friend's like that, low key,
really?
like low key, low key.
Oh
Sometimes I'm like, damn girl, like environment, time and place,
yeah,
time and place.
like woo. Anyway,
But I think on that note,
yeah.
we're gonna end it there today. But we will see you guys next
Deuces.
weekend on Saturday.
Bye. Yep.